Our full-time adventure continues today, and we're taking you along with us. Any guesses as to where we are and what day it is? Well, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody.
Last night, we made it to the west side of Phoenix. We are in Goodyear, Arizona. The first thing we did when we got here was made a beeline to Planet Fitness to get ourselves cleaned up. And then we headed to Cracker Barrel. It's been a long time since we've been to a Cracker Barrel, at least one that's open and functioning. So we treated ourselves to dinner. We want to thank Terry and Mark Hathaway for sending us a digital gift card for Cracker Barrel that we used. And we had a quiet night at Cracker Barrel. Today is the last day of October. Exhibit A.
Yeah, that shower didn't come none too soon. So let me tell you, I know exactly what a dust bunny feels like now, because I feel like we were covered in dust from the last few nights that we spent at
The Joshua Tree area, and then the Salton Sea.
just getting covered with dust. So that was a very nice shower.
In addition to showers, Steve also got a much needed haircut. We are just making a quick stop at Walmart to pick up some milk and a few other things before we get on our way to explore Phoenix.
See, I do it even when I don't get paid.
Well, Steve is very happy at Walmart here this morning. Why is that, Steve?
Milk was only $1.97 a gallon. Nothing like having cereal in a Walmart parking lot.
With overripe bananas on top. Yuck.
You have arrived.
Well, our first place to explore today is the Japanese Friendship Garden. We get in free with my botanical garden membership that's part of the American Horticultural Society. And look what we have here. Oh boy. Steve, what are you doing?
Letting the garden come to me. Someone in a recent comment said that I looked bow-legged.
Well, folks, you may have just seen Steve's Arizona walk. Do we have something new? We saw his Michigan walk. I think we had a Wyoming walk. Now we've got his Arizona walk.
I don't know. Do I really look bow-legged?
Hey, well, that was a nice way to start the day. I'm glad that we have the membership that gets us in free. It's a very small little garden. I think personally that it's overpriced. It was $14 a person, but a very pretty little garden.
All right, so now we're going to do something we couldn't do our first trip out west in 2023. We're going to go check out the Arizona State Capitol.
Take the next left, then you will arrive at your destination.
The historic Arizona State Capitol is a building that has stood at the center of Arizona's government for more than a century. Completed in 1901, the Capitol originally housed all three branches of government under one roof, serving as the heart of the territory before Arizona officially became the 48th state in 1912. Designed with thick walls made from local materials to help keep the desert heat at bay, the building reflects both practicality and the early ambitions of a growing region. While Arizona's government has since expanded into nearby buildings, the original Capitol now serves as a museum, preserving the state's history through exhibits, artifacts, and restored rooms that offer a glimpse into Arizona's earlier days. We spent some time doing a self-guided tour. The interior of the Arizona State Capitol reflects a blend of simplicity and historic elegance, shaped by the needs of a desert climate. High ceilings, thick walls, and wide corridors help keep the building cool, while natural light filters through tall windows, illuminating polished floors and classic architectural details. At the heart of the building, a rotunda rises upward beneath a stained glass skylight, creating a quiet, almost reverent atmosphere. After exploring what we could of the building, we turned our attention to the exhibits and artifacts. The Capitol Museum features more than 20 exhibits that tell the story of Arizona's journey from territory to statehood. Displays highlighting key moments in state history tell a story of how far the state has come, from a rugged frontier territory to one of the fastest-growing regions in the country. The Navajo Code Talker Portraits exhibit by Kenji Kawano is a powerful photographic series that honors the Native American Marines who used their native language to securely transmit messages that couldn't be deciphered by opposing forces during World War II. Through striking black and white portraits, Kawano captures the faces of these veterans decades after the war, preserving their stories of courage, resilience, and cultural pride. His work not only highlights their critical role in securing Allied victories in the Pacific, but also brings recognition to a group whose contributions remained classified for years. Having spent decades building relationships with the Navajo community, Kawano's images offer a deeply personal and respectful tribute to the legacy of the Navajo Code Talkers. One of the most notable exhibits here focuses on the USS Arizona, featuring artifacts like its ornate silver service that survived the attack on Pearl Harbor. We enjoyed the variety of exhibits, including art by local young artists, and then something I found especially interesting: a display of local rocks and minerals highlighting the rich geological diversity that has shaped Arizona's history and economy. Specimens of copper, turquoise, quartz, and other native stones reflect the state's long-standing connection to mining, which played a major role in its early development. Many of these materials were not only extracted from the surrounding landscape, but also used in the construction and decoration of buildings throughout the region. Outside the capital, beautiful specimens of petrified wood are on display, which reminded us of our first van life trip west in 2023, which included a stop at Petrified Forest National Park. Those of you who have been following along with us since the beginning can especially commiserate with us that as we tried to get footage outside the Capitol building, landscapers were going full tilt with their loud machinery.
All right, well, that was a unique state capitol in that it's essentially 3 or 4 buildings, depending how you look at it. The House and the Senate are on opposite sides of each other at their own separate buildings. And then the old main building, which is now a museum, and then behind that is where the governor now is. It's like a 4-story building. Anyway, a little bit different layout, but interesting. Glad we went.
Yeah, definitely an interesting visit. Very different than other capitals we have visited. Definitely not as ornate, but it was interesting. And I would say the most interesting aspect was actually the history. They basically just have used the space now as a museum. So we got to see a little bit of the history of the state, but the SS Arizona that sank. And what I really liked was actually seeing some of the cool rocks that are from this area and minerals. So yeah, interesting visit.
Well, another state capital off of our list. Now it's time to get some work done.
Your destination is on the right.
Well, this was a bit of a wasted trip. For whatever reason, this particular Panera is only dine. No, it does not offer dine in. You can only order out. A bit frustrating as we drove here specifically so we could do the typical Panera experience, but I'm really baffled by this because they clearly have space and I can see all the dining tables, but they've got everything locked down. You have to hit a buzzer, and then one of the employees comes to the door, and she's like, "Did you order anything?" I'm like, "No, I just want to order some coffee and do some work like I have at every other Panera across the country." And she said, "Oh, well, you can only order out here." And again, I could clearly see in the door that they had tables set up, so seems odd, but anyway, now we are forced to figure out something else.
This is Mia. How can I help you?
Hey, Mia, just a quick, probably somewhat odd question. You're definitely open, right?
Yes.
And for dine-in?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're at your sister company on 125 North 44th Street, and they don't allow people to come in to their store, so.
Yeah, that's the one store out of like all of them that they only do like pickups and stuff like that.
Yeah, is it like the only store across the country because we've been to a lot of Paneras, and this is the first encounter we've had.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
It might be. I know. I'm not sure why they don't do dine-in.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm just a little gun shy, so I thought I'd call and verify that you guys are your typical Panera.
Yes, we're all good.
All right. Cool. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right. See you shortly.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. We've driven about 10 minutes across town. If you would have hit the exit, which I didn't. So I made a 10-minute trip a 20-minute trip. But here we are. This looks like it's more of a mall that has a Panera inside of it, and we should be good.
And we found some shade.
Yep.
Good girl. Good girl. Well, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody.
It seems like Phoenix isn't as van life friendly in terms of finding overnight spots. So, because the pickings seem a little slim, we actually came back to a spot that we stayed at back in 2023 when we were out here. And it was definitely louder than it had been last time.
Yeah, there were a lot of loud cars. We got to be close to an airport, a lot of airplanes going. And, but I think probably the root cause of all that is people are just excited about Christmas in a couple months.
Well, I don't know why they're excited, but yeah, there were some loud cars going way faster than they should be going several times throughout the night. It made me wonder if it's like the same people, what they're doing. It was like in the middle of the night. So it wasn't the best sleep. Also, it is just really dry here, and I think it's hard for us to get used to that when we get into a dry area for the first time. So I wake up in the night, and I think you do too, like just being parched and like coughing and whatever.
But
so
I am much too lazy to get up and get something to drink.
And even I have water by the side of my bed, but I still sometimes don't reach over to get any. But anyway, so not the greatest sleep, but we are looking forward to a great day today. We've got work to do this morning. We're going to take care of some chores here. We came to a park just close to the overnight spot, and we'll do some fun stuff later. Well, we have just wrapped up another marathon at a library. It's kind of interesting going to different libraries, finding different places to work. That one was maybe a step above the Panera we were at yesterday. Yesterday's Panera, the internet was almost non-existent. Today at the library, it was a nice library facility, so I thought the internet would be really great, but it wasn't. There was also a really high percentage of homeless people there. That's kind of also adds like an interesting layer of things. It's kind of an interesting people study. It's also sad in cities to see some of that. It was a loud library. We are thankful we had the library to work at, but it's always disappointing when it's not the best conditions. Also, this library was very unusual in that it had shelters for vehicles, shaded areas, which we have seen a little bit, but we've never actually seen it where it's high enough that we can park our van underneath. So that was pretty nice because it's low 90s here in Phoenix and it makes all the difference in the world to be able to park the van in the shade. The kitties stayed cool. It was pretty great. So now that we've put in some work, it is time to play. We visit a lot of botanical gardens as we travel. During our trip west in 2023, we visited the Desert Botanical Garden, and it easily ranked in my top 5 favorite gardens in the country. Since we made plans to return east through Phoenix, I had been looking forward to revisiting the garden, and this time we were in for a special treat. We happened to be at the garden for the annual Dia de Muertos event. Each fall, the Desert Botanical Garden transforms into a vibrant celebration of life, memory, and culture during its annual Dia de Muertos event, the Mexican holiday that honors loved ones who have passed. Visitors can experience live music, traditional dance, art from Mexican artisans, and hands-on cultural activities, all set among the desert landscape. The garden becomes a living work of art, where sound and color move together in rhythm and expression. The air is filled with the bold, brassy notes of live musicians, their melodies rising and echoing through the space, setting the tempo for everything around them. Dancers take center stage, their dresses spinning in a kaleidoscope of color. The whole place is filled with a heightened sense of anticipation and excitement. Excitement grew as the crowd waited for a sunset processional to begin. Steve's been bad, so we put him in the corner. Actually, we're waiting for a parade to start, and it's getting quite crowded. We followed the parade of brightly colored characters for one last celebration with traditional Mexican music and dance. In addition to the Dia de Muertos event, a unique art installation was also on display during our visit. Framerate Desert Pulse is a multisensory art exhibit by ScanLab Projects that transforms the desert landscape into an immersive blend of light, motion, and sound. Designed to reflect the rhythm and energy of the Sonoran Desert, the installation uses projection, digital media, and carefully synchronized visuals to showcase the desert environment in a very unique way. Plants and landscapes were scanned every day for 365 days using a LiDAR scanner. 1 second on screen equals 25 days in real time. Shifting colors and patterns move across the screens, echoing natural cycles like wind, heat, and the movement of wildlife. The result is a sensory experience that invites visitors to slow down, observe, and consider the desert environment from a very unusual perspective.
Alright, so we're just taking a little bit of a break from the activity. Just going to grab a quick bite and then we're going to head back in. Alright, so we finished up dinner. Now we're going to head back into the garden and check things out.
See how it is at night. Nighttime in the garden was such a different experience, with the dramatic contrast of landscape lighting against the dark of night, highlighting the texture of cacti and desert plants. The cooler evening air brought a pleasant relief as we strolled through the garden, and Steve found a bench to enjoy. Other than Christmas, I've never been at a botanical garden at night. This is actually really cool. It's neat to see all the lights on all the different plants, especially the cacti. We ended our day heading to a casino, hoping for a quieter and more restful night's sleep after a day filled with activity and sensory overload. Our journey continues next time as we continue making our way east through the Sonoran Desert in hopes that we'll find some cooler temperatures and more remote places to camp and enjoy the beauty of nature. If you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron by using the link on the screen that we've also included in the video description, along with information about today's adventure and our channel. A special thank you to all our patrons. We appreciate your ongoing support. Thanks for coming along with us on this van life adventure. Please take a second to hit the like button below, leave a comment to let us know you're watching, and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget, you can also connect with us and see my photos of the places we visit on our Facebook and Instagram.